All right, hello everyone. Welcome back to Anthony's Work in Progress. Before it was called the Double Eight Batteries with Audrey and I, but Audrey wasn't able to do the show, and that's why on Mondays I told the guys, I mentally can't do the show alone, but after like a long time passing, like I'm still trying to find a new co-host that's still uh still in progress. But I guess for now, I guess I have to try and do this on my own. So I guess I'm going back to the old title, and well, Anthony Brand's work in progress, but for now, Anthony's work in progress. So yeah, I see this also first time actually. I'm having a show in the dark with LED lights, and I forgot we had LED lights. Sticking with the classic blue blue and red, and also I guess maybe doing this alone, I guess this will give me more practice for my class. Like for my sports journalism class, at times we have to edit highlights of, like, for example, like the Rutgers football game, and we do voiceovers. And I guess, and with my case, with my stutter, like doing like recording myself makes me really nervous, and I have to do it over and over again a few times until I get at least something that's close to perfect. But also, I guess I want to work on my commentator skills as well, like when editing highlights. Like if so, I've been using some of the esports gameplay as my homework assignments. Like for example, the Rocket League team. Um, we won their games. I used their highlights. I had to make a voiceover, and to me, when I was listening to myself, I don't have that that announcer voice where call it that radio voice. And I asked some people, even my professor, and he told me to just like practice, like watch videos on YouTube or listen to podcasts. Which I did watch some videos, and also for esports we actually do have a commentator for Rock League, Cameron. He's really great, and I know he has his own show here. And but again, like I feel like maybe I could practice more. And plus, as a graduate student, like I should be maybe used to this, but I guess I have to get used to know what no one here. I want to blame Brendan, but but I'm not, because I know if he was here, if he was here, then I'll be like, you couldn't do the show. But no, I'm not gonna do that to him. I'll call him, but that one time that was a joke, because we had, like, as I said, like last year, I will call you if I if during a live show, if I go grad school here. But yeah, okay, I just noticed that for here the clock was wrong. It's like 5:08, and here the clock right here, you guys can see it. It says 2:17, so that's gonna be really confusing. Um, what talk about lately? So I guess I'll start with esports as well. We so now all the teams have been we all been having matches. On the Overwatch B team, or Overwatch 2, because our season was suspended until October, because there was no point in having games or matches for a game that servers are going to be shut down. So we had to like wait a month. And it's I mean, we B team we won one match. Yeah, we won one match. We lost two. Um, we're still trying to get into practice. You know, again, as you my main my if you're wondering, my main or DPS is Reaper, the character with the shotguns. Main reason because keyboard mouse I'm terrible at. Controller I'm good at, because I have a console, not PC. But I've been practicing with keyboard mouse here at the game lab, and I've gotten like imp- improved better than I was last year. But we still have to find tactics, and practice whenever whenever we can. And speaking of esports, yesterday was open house, and I was actually in the lab to to show people around, explain to them what we do, what games we offer, my position. Like besides being on a watch team, I'm also the graphic designer for a team. So I designed um the jerseys, which I'm doing again this year. Hopefully, I submitted a few designs. Hopefully, we stick with one of them. I also designed the match card saying I own versus whoever, and even working on a new highlight video. But this time, it's instead of because last year I made it game cinematics transitioning into our actual gameplay from matches. But so this year, last year, coach actually to like for us to make it so that we morph into our characters, which I don't know what I'm going to do. But I was thinking of ideas. Then I forget when this was. The Iona dance team, shout out to them. They posted on their Instagram and TikTok this short, like very short music video showing all of the girls on the dance team. But what I really loved is the transitions. Like the transitions were so good. It went from person to person. There was just this cool. I I I loved my favorite shot that they did was this girl was dancing, and then it transitioned into her from being recorded on one of the cameras, which I loved. And I I asked one of them, "Hey, do you know who edited that by any chance? Because I'm trying to do it for esports." And they gave me the person's name. I'm gonna get in contact with him and see if he will be willing to help me with this because no, I guess a lot of sports teams, like the basketball team, for example, that's how I got the idea. They always play their highlight video, and I thought, you know what, we should have one. So as same before, instead of combining, like I guess maybe I'll have a little game cinematic transition into gameplay, but I also want to have like live action into our gameplay a bit, because I know I would love to show all the teams and everyone on it, but I'm waiting to get our jerseys in this year. This time I got a small because they said the jerseys run big, so I'm like, "You know what? Most of my shirts or hoodies, like, they are medium or small, depending, I guess, on the company that makes it. I'm not I think this is I have no idea what maybe this is a medium or on me, but they run big. I'm like, I asked my mom, like, "Hey, you know what? Should I get a medium or small?" She's like, "No, get a medium." Like, okay, and it was too big. So this year, I'm like, I went with small. Like, yeah, just be safe because it runs like a medium. My jersey, which is a medium, looks like an extra large shirt. Yeah. So this time I was wise enough to I was wise enough to wise enough to not make the same mistake. What else was going on? Okay, oh yes, actually no, I should probably tell this. This is really funny. So, if you guys watch the show in the past, I talked about the Batman Arkham games, which I love. Like it's a series to die for. Like, and if you haven't played them, go play them right now. They're always on sale. Just buy them and play. Like you'll fall in love with the story and the combat. So I guess since high school, Warner Bros. Montreal, and there was a rumor to make a new Batman game, and that was originally a Damian Wayne game. For those who don't know, that's Batman's biological son, blood son, and this would take place after events of Arkham Knight, where Damian Wayne will become the next Batman, and ride the Bat Cycle with a Gotham that was torn down. That game got scrapped and became something called Gotham Knights, which is not an Arkhamverse, which we were confused by when we saw the first trailer. So in this game, Batman is dead, like is dead, and so you play as Robin, Red Hood, Nightwing, and Batgirl. And the main point is they have to take down the Court of Owls because they secretly run Gotham. And I was really excited. And well, we know we didn't we fans learned about this. The first trailer was shown in my junior year here, and I waited like maybe 6 or 7 years for this game to be announced. Because on Warner Bros. Montreal's Twitter page, they've been quiet for years. But then on Batman Day, my sophomore year, they they tweeted out a few symbols, and one of them symbols was like an owl, meaning like, the quarter owls. So so after waiting for a long time, we got a first look at trailer. I mean, it looked okay-ish. Okay, sure, some mixed reviews. I'm like, oh my god, I like, oh, I can't wait to play this. And it was coming out. It was supposed to come out, I think, during the summer last year, but then it got delayed. I'm like, okay, you know what? Then what really upset me was they canceled the PS4 and Xbox One versions. And I was like, wait, you're like, what? Why does that upset you? Because I don't have a PS4, a Switch, and a Mac. I don't have a PC. Getting PS5 is still hard these days. And and I'm so upset. I'm like, oh my god, I've waited 6 or 7 years for this game. Then on the official Discord, they said that for the PS5 and Xbox Series X and S versions, it will only run at a capped 30 frames. And I'm like, wait a minute, we're in the era of these next gen. The next gen technologies, these next gen consoles are go up to 120 frames, depending on the game, I guess the TV as well, or monitor. Because no longer because most of our old games got upgrades like to 60 frames with with ray tracing, like real time reflections. So I guess the best experience is the PC version, which goes up to 60 frames. And thinking about it now, I was like, you know what? Maybe it's a good thing that the last gen got canceled, because as someone who bought Marvel's Avengers, like, it's fine, but the problem is, like, when there's too many like enemies around you or explosions, the frame rate just drops. And I guess the only good experience is to play that on a next gen or PC, because that game is 30 frames or below. And Gotham Knights is, I guess, because they said that they canceled the reason why it's 30 frames, and reason why they canceled the last gen, because they said they understand the players are upset, but they want to bring out the best experience uh for this game. Like, it's open world Gotham, like open world, like bigger than Arkham Knight. And they said also it's co-op, so like online multiplayer. So like let's say someone like, so you can play as Batgirl, and then someone else could be Robin, for example, and you could play the game solo or online. I mean, I find that cool, but like, I know I'm mostly like, with my story games to be single player, depending on the game. And so far, like, there are mixed reviews about it. Like, IGN gave it a 5 out of 10. I'm like, damn. That's this Cameron. Yes, if you want to know, that's Cameron. I was talking about er, er, earlier. Excuse me. No, wait, are these lights on? Oh, they're not. They're not. Yeah, I'm gonna get in trouble with this, but sure. No, I guess Dave's not working. All right, you are. Okay, but I was saying, oh yeah, complaining about, oh yes, I was complaining about Gotham Knights, and I did watch I watched the gameplay of it. Gameplay, like, combat, like, it looks similar to the Arkham combat. Like, I saw online someone describe it as Spider-Man combat, like, which is okay. No, sorry, not okay, like a good thing, because that's how the Spider-Man games, the Spider-Man game was inspired by the combat of the Arkham games. Game looks fun. The story looks decent, and I just watched the story mode, and I'm not gonna say any spoilers, but I will say is I'm not shocked by what happened. I'm not shocked. But yeah, but hopefully, I guess maybe I'm as someone who's a fan of these games. Like, I guess I'll maybe buy the PC version to play it here, or buy the PS5 version and since but play it here since I don't own one, or buy an Xbox Series S because apparently that's easy to find, but that's a cheaper Xbox. And it was all digital. Like, I'll spend the $70 just to play this game. Also, apparently, like recently, Xbox Series S went on sale for $250 for a free controller, and I'm like, damn, the Nintendo Switch it costs $300, and Xbox Series S is a more powerful system. I'm like this the world we live in. Like, yeah, it does make sense, but um, I'm trying to think what else. What else? No, let's talk about back to Overwatch 2. Overwatch 2. Oh, the launch for that title, that was a disaster. So like what on the launch, we're all excited because Overwatch 1. So Overwatch 1 became Overwatch 2. So it's now free to play. So like copies of people who have owned disc copies or cartridge copies of no disc copies of Overwatch 1. That's now Overwatch 2. Or we're also excited to play finally our season won't be suspended anymore. On day one, I was not surprised by this. This happens with Fortnite. On day one, the servers were down, and we had to wait in a queue like 4,000 other players. And when we got in, it kept saying error. Try again later. So we couldn't play for like 2 days. So then someone discovered the AV switch the servers. We were playing the North American servers. We switched to the Asia servers. We were able to log on for a bit. Then I remember on maybe the third or fourth day, we were trying to practice. Then at the same time, all the servers shut down at once at the same time. Like, no, like what's going on? So it turns out that they had to take down the servers to fix a few bugs, which I'm not surprised. Like we're playing now. Like I'm like, oh no, we can't play Overwatch. I guess I'll play Arkham Origins then. But yeah, it was a pain, and there are a few modes and new characters that are now in the game. But what's stupid is that for new players, the characters that they set are locked, and you have to unlock. You have to progress. Like you have to win. You have to win like 50 or 100 matches just to get into play into competitive mode. I guess it makes sense for new players to get into the game, but also no more loot boxes because loot boxes for those who don't know, like let's say you win the match or you complete a challenge, then you're awarded a loot box with a mystery of goodies. Could be a skin, a skin for a character, credits, what else? Like I guess gear upgrades, like etc. Like, depending on the game. Loot boxes are no longer a thing because in other countries it's actually illegal now because they consider loot boxes another form of gambling, which kind of makes sense because people will just spend money until they get a good item that they want. I guess they want that's a bad way for teach kids that. So now what they're doing is a battle pass, which I'm okay with because no, Fortnite does it. The problem is like the way Fortnite does it, they offer free credits for the free version, and you save up, and over time, once you have enough, you could buy the premium battle pass. Overwatch 2, on the other hand, has a battle pass. It's not bad, but they don't offer credits. The only way to get free credits is to complete certain challenges, and those challenges, I mean, could be easy for people. I mean, I find them like medium-ish, but that's just me. And like it's and now like, all those free skins that now we were used to able to earn, like you have to buy now in their new shop, which is honestly ridiculous. Like just and I see skins in the shop that I got I got for free because of loot boxes. Now you have to spend in game. No, sorry, not in game. Like real money, to, just to get a skin. And I'm thinking, okay, like Blizzard, like you already make enough money. Like this is this is really ridiculous. Like it used to be like you win 9 games and you earn an emote, or a spray and a skin, which no, which it- which is fair. Well, I think it's fair is buying some like buying like a skin, like, and they have different credits. Like there's the league tokens, the regular credits, and these premium credits, I believe. And in Overwatch One, there was just league tokens and credits, and you use those credits to buy any skin or emote or spray paint you want. Now with of the event skins, it's now a pre- premium tokens, which is the tokens now you have to buy the battle pass with. And you would think for Overwatch, they said for Overwatch One players, we were gonna get like a prize, like a bonus prize or something, like so we get access to a new character that our players wouldn't have access to. Like you have to buy the battle pass among other things. But when you get any of that, I'm like, where's this? Where's this? So I reread the article and said you log on. You get players have to log on June something 2022. I'm like, okay, did that. Then it said then log on from December something 2022. I'm like, oh, then that's just not it. That's not it. It gets more. So the main point of Overwatch 2 was the story mode that they showed. There was a big cinematic trailer, and like, oh wow, and they showed story missions. Like, oh wow, I'm really excited because all these the shorts that they showed throughout the years led up to this. The story has been delayed until next year, and other mode and other hero missions, and I think there was like there's an ability to change the heroes' alts, which was cool. But now all that is delayed, so now it's just PVE, or PvP, like player versus it's just player versus player. So it's not really. It's just like they say it's a it's like some people are saying like, oh wow, what a reskin this is. But but I mean, but it is what it is, and I mean, there are still other complaints like like progressing in ranks, but I'm not going to get into that. Oh my god, what else is going on? I guess I'll talk about my graduate. Uh, being I guess I'll talk about being a graduate. Uh, so far being graduate, like I love being back here. My classes, like I'm kind of like still getting used to because again I'm not a sports guy, but I'm taking these classes just listening to editing as possible. And lately, I recently got ESPN Plus. I've been following like CBS Sports, Fox Sports, NBC Sports, etc. Just to yeah, just to like learn basics. I ask my friends like for advice, like how do they do it, and he told me, like, to pretend like like how my interest like in Marvel, for example. I love the movies and comics and games. Just like pretend it's that, but but I try to get into it. Like even if I don't like it, maybe just like force myself, and maybe like I'll like it. And I do find some sports things interesting. Just that I never really like bothered to actually to actually to actually look at it. Like it wasn't really my thing for years. Like I love. I mean, don't get me wrong. Like I love like here, for example, I love going to basketball games. I love working the camera. Um, what what my what I'm wasn't comfortable with was talking about there's certain like sports terms or what terms that you have to know, and I didn't know any. It's and it's for me it's been challenging, but hopefully like I'm starting to get the hang of it. Like about 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 your recent highlights, I guess with Rutgers game, how I learned that Rutgers they had to recently fire one of the coaches because they're now like, on a big losing streak, or how Aaron Judge now hit his 62 home run, and I believe he broke a record. I forget the person's name, but apparently that was a big deal. Or football team. I'm sorry, I know before that was baseball and football. Something. Oh, the Carolina Panthers. I learned that they had to fire their head coach because, well, there wasn't really a lot of detail, but from what I read, what my friends told me is that the defense's offense like weren't there, like they uh weren't great to begin with. But that's just a small amount of detail. Like I have to like who knows? My friends told me that I got this. That I could definitely learn this, and I believe them. I just have to believe in myself to 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 do this. Like my friends told me like look back on the classes that I didn't like, but I've gone through like to look at it like that. And thinking about it, like it was challenging, but I had to do what I do in order to get a good grade. And I guess also like beyond esports kind of helps me because I had to learn some words like let's say we're in a game and someone saying ball and points, and that means the character wrecking ball on point, or like in Fortnite, you say you have minis. I'm like, wait, what? No, the heals, like the shield. I'm like, okay, so because if some words are really long, there's a short term that makes it easier for players to communicate. And why I'm bringing this up because like with sports, announcers say short words that means something else to help them save some time. I'm like, oh wow. And like, I know there are some rules that both the teams that we have to follow, and it's or also recording highlights, like it's like like it it helps me, but like it's not enough. Excuse me, I don't know why I have a bit back off. But but I believe I could do this. Like I know tomorrow my sports journalism class we're actually going to do interviews with the softball team. And I'll be working the camera, and because my teacher asked if anyone knows how to work the camera, I was one of the people who raised my hand, so like yeah, I could do it. Like I've been doing this for years. IUTV, excuse me. But yeah, and my teacher told me no, I could do better. Like my teacher told me that I need to get try to like practice with with my sports terms and my knowledge of sports. Here I already acknowledge I'm that I can edit, which is a good thing because it's one of the things I love editing. And yeah, I think that's about it. Like how it's going for me. Now speaking of editing, I recently learned that Iona's next coffee house is November 9th or 16th, or November 6th. I have to look back into that. For those who know, coffee house is where students. It's not actually has nothing to do with coffee. Uh, it's a student run town show by the campus ministers, where students they can perform, they can sing, play instruments, do magic. Last year was first time someone did magic. Sh- shout out to Magic Murray. And I would usually do is videos of my time here. I want to like mm, I would for a couple of years I would know no I would make a combination of Snapchat videos of Iona events or hang out or me with my friends or sometimes being in class. Actually, no, not times like like rarely for class. Like just to show the good times I had. I didn't. I always would show. I would show it every year except in my junior year because of COVID. Like the world ended. So like I want to show something like because I love these I love performing. Well, performing wise and showing videos. So I decided you know what maybe I could show what I do on YouTube. And for those who don't know, on YouTube, I have my own YouTube channel, gaming, and I make like music videos. I don't sing or dance. No, I so I would take things from movies, shows, or games, like anything that anything from pop culture. I would edit them into different transitions. So like one scene would transition into a different scene from a different show or movie or game. And but while doing that, I'll use a song and match the sound effects from those clips with the beat of a song as close as possible. And it looks easy, but it's not like it's a lot of work. So I showed that in my junior year. This was junior first semester. Coffee house was canceled. So I showed it in my second semester junior, and I honestly thought people weren't understand or like they would think oh wow what was it what was the time this is. I was shocked that people love it, and they I kept next day I receiving text messages saying that they love it, or like maybe to use it as example for a class assignment. Like yeah, sure, go ahead, and it made me feel better to show people. No, I mean not people. Like I loved. No, I got to show like the school. No, what my passion for editing, and from since then I did it again in my senior year twice. And people just love it. That I So this year, of course, I'm making it a new one. Uh, Making one. This was just, and I'm still working on this. I started it in July, and I won't. It's just so this it'll be another fandom video, meaning different movies, shows, games, like different genres, etc. And started working on July, because in July I was planning to make cool short Star Wars video, but I scrapped that into making a multi fandom video, which I'm still working on. And the process, like it's not easy, like because I have to get high quality footage either from YouTube or other services. I make sure I like to make sure like it's 720 and like 1080 and above, like 720 if I'm desperate. Getting the song, like using songs is not a problem because thank you Apple Music. But what's really difficult is so like, the way the process starts is I'll listen to a couple songs on my playlist, and then I think of like, oh wait when then one song clicks, and then I'm like, oh, maybe I should use this. And sometimes it's their lyrics that help me visualize the scene, or I watch other YouTubers like who do what I do, but they do a bit better, and and the transitions that they do, and I try to recreate those, but I change them up a bit because I don't want to do a complete copy. Like I do it because to help me practice, and also like I think of scenes like after the process, like thinking of scenes of that can go with each other. Like my mom asked me like how do you know what scene? I know what scenes, but like I just memorize I memorize like a lot of shows and movies. But what's also challenging is like let's say for example for a TV show. Let's say let's say like for example I'm using something from the Flash from the series Flash. I remember no Barry he was saying something some sort of speech that was really touching, and I want to use that, but I have to like look up like what season it was, what episode, and the thing is like, it might seem easy, but it's not because I'm describing the search engine like the Flash. And I'm typing down like the quote that he used, and and while looking up, I have to read the actual script and just to say I'm looking up. Okay, where is it? I'm like, okay, then I have to go find the episode. It's not all episodes are available, and it's a tough process because it also takes up storage. So I use an external hard drive, and and if you guys think I delete the footage, I actually don't. Like I save my footage for future edits or something because you never know when I might need them again. Yeah, so I in my hard drive, I have folders. There's like Marvel, DC, video games. Is that set? Like a bunch of things. And also, I use the hard drive for my edits for school, and also sometimes keep my projects in there. But yeah, I think like it's not it's like I know some people want to get like people are amazed how like but so people who don't know me, no, honestly, no. I know I'm a bit weird, but they don't get to know, I guess the real me. And once they see what I love to do, like their minds are blown. And and funny enough, when I started showing these videos at school, my views and subscriber count went up on YouTube. Like I'm not verified yet. Like I'm like at 399 subs. Like my goal is to get like first like 1,000 because if so the way it works for YouTube, you like when you reach 100, I believe you're able so you're able to have a custom URL link, which is really cool. Uh, and you're past 100, they'll start recommending videos to other users if they watch something similar. If when you reach 1,000, then YouTube reaches out. You start to have like paid. I guess you start to have like advertisers on YouTube, which they start paying YouTubers. Then 100,000, you could ask YouTube that you will want your channel to be verified, meaning you have a check mark next to your name, and also you'll be eligible to receive one of the YouTube plaques that they hang up. I mean, I feel like if I ever do that, like that'll be years away, but it'll be worth it. Like, I started using YouTube in freshman year of high school, but then when I got my iPad, I had no I had my own device to record with, and I was inspired by other YouTubers. And and then when I got my Mac, like I had a variety of options of editing. I'm like, oh wow, I no longer have to edit on 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 my iPad. Like Final Cut and Adobe, like they were the best editing softwares I have ever used. Adobe I'm using much more because that's what we use in class because that's Final Cut is a Mac only software, so that's understandable. But what I like is that Final Cut is easier to use. Like they have a bunch of cool effects built in the program. For Adobe, like you have to You have Adobe Premiere Pro, which is the video editing, Adobe Audition for sound, After Effects for the the cool like effects guess you would see in movies, which it's a fun app, but it's difficult. Like I have to watch YouTube tutorials just to make something that make something they turn an hour to a 2 hour tutorial into like a 30-second video. Like for example, like I recreated the cool Marvel intro, and that took like a few hours, and it took 6 hours to render on my computer. I don't know how long it would take to render on the computers here because we have NVIDIA 3080s. But I'm using I was saying before I'm using Adobe more because other companies use this a lot, and if I ever when I start applying for internships or jobs, I have to get much more familiar with that program, and I'm getting used to it. Like it's now like it's slowly becoming my main editing source. With Final Cut, like I like Final Cut, but it's always it's a hassle when running out of storage, and it takes and as you're editing, like it renders in the photo or video that you put in, but once you keep doing it, the project will slow down. Yet you have to wait for everything to render. When Adobe, you put a photo video and it's not rendered yet. Like it still looks fine, but it's not like completely smooth and smooth. Like it would slow down some parts if you're watching a preview. Then you could render the footage. But but then again, like it helped me become a better editor over time, and like with Photoshop, like I love using Photoshop. Like that's I said before about for esports when making match cards, I use Photoshop. Like I put our esports logo and then the logo of the other school, and depending on the game, like which for Overwatch, like I'll put a character a Reaper and Soldier 76, and I'll put like two, like a background of the characters, two of those characters in the background, then a smaller version of those characters with more detail. And I'll put like smoke, or fog, or these cool these cool yeah, I guess abstract art where I find online. Yeah, I even made a Rocket League an Iona themed Rocket League car, which I used on all of the Rocket League match cards. Like yeah, like Photoshop it's fun. Like actually, so I knew I wanted to do things like this, and before I had computer before I went to college, I actually read a book about Photoshop in my free time. When I finished high school, my sister still at school, so my mom and I would just spend part of the day at Barnes and Noble, and I would just read about Photoshop, and I guess that helped because I did have to take a Photoshop class here, and I knew like what to do. Like I was done like in a few minutes. Yeah, I was just on my Switch playing Rocket League. I'm like am I am I allowed to leave or I can't oh, okay. But 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 yeah, I mean that's how I mean the life of also like, and I don't really post a lot on YouTube because well schoolwork obviously or other things in my life. But when I have time to work on projects, like it's usually like maybe it's not like every week. It's usually maybe every month or two, depending on the project. But like if you want good results, like you keep like you don't stop what you love to do. Like even like for example with drawing, like you can't stop like because you still have to get familiar with yourself over and over again. Uh, I'm just waiting for about 5:50, huh? No, I guess maybe doing the show alone is not bad. Like, but I would still I would still love a co-host. I remember last year I asked some of my friends or even my sports team. Excuse me. But maybe I was holding that cough. Like the other have class or they're afraid to be on camera, which is understandable. Like, I was actually afraid to be on camera because because of my wonderful stutter, but I kind of like overcame it. But it's still like it. But what's weird is that if I record myself for class, like I feel like it's worse because people are looking at me and I have to memorize the script and I mess up. And they say that that's okay, but whenever, let's see, in the past when I was to edit my voice, well, not edit my voice, like edit myself, like for a voiceover, I didn't like the result that that came out. So I know that's why. So I stopped with I mean, well, I stopped doing MOSs. So I just okay, I just I just do the behind the scenes work. I work no I I work the camera from behind and edit. I still do that for ITV. Well, not edit. Well, I hope editing because graduate students can't be on e-board because it'll be on unfair, which makes sense because I'll have an advantage, and we want club members to learn like on their own, or I guess, and to be taught by someone. Oh yeah, I'm still part of club. I still help out. I still help out film studio, which we did last Friday, I believe, and we have 3 episodes coming out soon. And this year we actually had a lot more content than last year. I mean, I would make a few jokes about it, but on the other hand, I that is a bad idea. And if anyone watching, if you know what I mean, then you understand. Like, no, oh my god, I'm trying to think of maybe I should be prepared on what else to talk about. Give me just 1 second, folks. I keep getting it. Funny. You see if you would see my watch going up at my house, I have that a doorbell with a camera on it, and I get alerts of what the camera sees, and it's just constant, and like, but I have to keep, keep it on. Yeah, and I live here, and I need to keep it on. It's stupid, but I guess, well, for safety, if I see anyone that's not supposed to be at the house. Excuse me. Oh, it's 5:54. I will. Here's what I found. Okay, thanks, Siri. I guess I will end it a little bit early because I honestly ran out of things to to talk about, and also thinking about it, I have to. I think there are some matches tonight, and I have to make those make those match cards. And if anyone is interested in watching our team, I'm not sure who plays today. I think it's maybe Smash, Rocket, or Call of Duty. Head to twitch.tv/Iona Esports. Uh, and please follow, because the more followers we get, we can become affiliate with Twitch, which is our goal at the moment. So I'll be all. Anthony from Anthony's work in progress, and I will see you guys next Monday. Hopefully with a co-host or at least a guest. Like I'll take anyone. Oh, I you guys know what I mean. Have a good rest of the week. Don't don't stress yourself out. Um, just focus, just focus on yourself and and believe in yourself.